So, PlayStation's 2023 showcase dropped yesterday, and there was a multitude of spectacular contenders: a remake for Metal Gear Solid 3, a Spider-Man sequel, Dragon's Dogma 2, Phantom Blade 0, and many more amazing titles were presented. However, a brand new Assassin's Creed Mirage trailer just dropped, and as a series veteran, this is what I think about it. A strong opening with an assassination, classic. A nice densely populated area with Basim doing his based assassin walk. I like the addition of the accessories to this iteration of the hidden blade along with the glove covering the pinky. And we've got Emperor Palpatine with some bass in the voice, that's jokes. Obviously loving the drip as usual.
You have died and been reborn.
Now that's interesting, they've borrowed that concept from Unity of death being the gateway to becoming an assassin, or a hidden one in this case. Parkour is reminiscent of Valhalla, no surprise there with the same engine. Oh damn, they're snitching.
We need to find a way to get you inside without being seen. You could bribe the guards to look the other way.
I believe that's another concept from Unity where you can approach assassinations on major targets differently. Loving the assassinations as usual. Social stealth seems to be back.
Embrace the fear. Quiet it. Find the stillness. And let's go.
Wait, was that some kind of Isu infused power that Basim used to teleport to that guy and assassinate him? Or was that them being fancy with the effects? Wow, these combat animations are surprisingly smooth. I'm also getting those Assassin's Creed 3 vibes, the way he wields the dagger and the sword. It's also reminiscent of the Prince of Persia stuff, which makes sense really, given the location and obviously the pre-order DLC.
The stage is yours, Basim.
Yo, that was sick. He lunged off of the balcony with a rope tied around his neck to make a public display of that assassination. I like that. I like that a lot. After that, I'd say that I'm actually surprised by this game. Again, this is pure conjecture, but despite my hope and faith in Ubisoft exponentially waning over the last decade, especially with the way they majorly screwed up the Prince of Persia remake, I'm genuinely intrigued by what this title has to potentially offer. It's no surprise that Assassin's Creed games have always been outstanding and invigorating in their presentation. Regardless of all the marketing stuff, they've produced absolutely stunning visuals with a rich color palette and an unprecedented amount of meticulousness when building their worlds. I mean, look at this game, it's beautiful. The vibrancy alone from what I've witnessed so far is such a welcome addition compared to the grays of Valhalla's environment. It breathes life into the game, and the intricacies of the game only benefit from it. The ethos also seems to be aligned with what older fans like myself have wanted for some time. Me personally, I am enamored with the Middle Eastern setting, and I believe this game is set in Baghdad, Iraq, which is quite interesting, given that it is a place of culture and immense knowledge, especially in this time period that they've selected too. For example, you have the legendary Library of Baghdad, honorifically referred to as the House of Wisdom or Beit al-Hikmah, which I am keen to see this game's rendition of. From what I've also heard in the grapevine, there's going to be more, let's say, ramifications and consequences to your actions, depending on how you carry yourself both during the pivotal moments, such as the classic assassinations of prominent figures, and the way you interact with the commoners or guards you see patrolling the area. Citizens will essentially snitch on you for being too rambunctious and careless with your blades, and your actions only exacerbate your problems, as they can hinder you by increasing your notoriety, which will inevitably stack the odds against you in the form of more powerful opponents. The system, at least from what I've heard, is akin to Assassin's Creed 2's system, but much more fleshed out in comparison, as your notoriety is leveraged against you by making the game harder. And obviously, the big boy in the room, stealth is obviously a major point of contention as it is inherent to an assassin and is perhaps their greatest skill. Not to mention it is literally part of the creed to not compromise the order. In this game, I've heard that there is also a fixation on stealth as Basim's threshold for withstanding punishment from his enemies is actually quite low, making stealth and silently dispatching of these nuisances the optimal way to play. Even if you are caught, as we've witnessed in not only this trailer alone, but in other marketing materials, Basim's use of the red smoke bomb is extensive and seems to be a main component of his skill set. But this is a welcome addition nonetheless. Hopes are high and this game evokes fervent emotions, so don't be deceived by what is plausible, rather let's take it for what it is, guys. As much as I have always had a deep yearning for Ubisoft's return to what made them exemplary, I am staunchly opposed to paying for an inferior product. Seriously, let's not forget that this is a trailer and we have yet to experience what Ubisoft's finest have to afford us in exchange for our monetary support. And that's that. I think I've covered all I've wanted to in terms of addressing some speculation and what's immediately apparent from this trailer. I aim to still retain my experience of being disappointed by Ubisoft's recent releases, to obviously avoid becoming disappointed once again. You could say I'm a cynic, but I really don't care. All that matters is that this product desperately needs to be a tremendous showcase of what Assassin's Creed is capable of being, especially when it aims to stick to its roots and still be accessible to a relatively fresher audience in this day and age. Also, if you've enjoyed this video or found that you differ in some of the opinions I've shared today, remember to like, comment, subscribe, share with your mates who might find this entertaining. It's free, come on, and it's the best way for us to have a conversation. Thanks for watching, I'll catch you guys in the next one, and take it easy.